Well, talking about information, actually on the attacking side, Vision Strikers weren't really given much, right? It was more actually, they sit deep, they wait for Paper X to almost, to an unorthodox level, push to find those kills, to find those, at least kind of pressure points. You get back into things now. Looking at it, King, the lockdown Buzz with a Blade Storm. Cosmic Divide, Seekers close by.
Yeah.
On the other side, nothing available, and actually, Forsaken not on that operator. Buzz does have one on the table, but again, that kind of indicates towards a much slower approach from Vision Strikers to really
Look
find.
at this. Big beat coming out. Love that from Buzz. We talked about being proactive. We wanted to see something, a bit of a pace change potentially, and that's exactly what the Doctor ordered. Good tag as well. Forsaken now going to be quelled slightly, down to 30 HP. Harder to be that instigator now.
Doing just that. The first time I've really seen Buzz kind of swing for an opening duel there. It's in the round that the operator's invested. Now, Paper X need to find something elsewhere. We'll deal with that alarm bot in mid. Stacks will back away from it. Forsaken still looming.
Here.
Actually, I think Buzz just spotted him on that jump spot here, so it's going to keep RB on red alert. Not sure actually if Forsaken looked like he turned it, but I'm not even sure if that caught him there. But I think I gotta be careful. No, not gonna be it. He will fall. Paper X down to 3 now.
Oh shit, Buzz.
Why not show off? This would be double digits made for Vision Strikers, and actually quite a well-needed one. Come on, Paper X really had a bit of a death grip on them, but now Sheba, a 1v5. No freebie at the beginning. HP's decent. Utility not too far away, but Stacks going to keep it clean. And I think this is the first Prime Gaming flawless that we've actually had. These have been quite contested. We did see Vision Strikers generally keeping it clean, but losing maybe a player, but that was about it.
I love talking about this. That's exactly what you want to see when you come out of attack timeout. And I think actually in terms of the approach to this round, the way it plays out, it's night and day to what we've seen from Vision Strikers. It's the first time, again, we've seen Buzz really swing for something in the early round. Finds a little success. Maybe that's the boost they need. Get back. Paper X gonna call attack timeout of their own. Now, Lauren, do you think we see an adjustment coming out of this tactical timeout?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I
That's
reckon.
bold.
I know.
That's a really hot take.
I know. Well, don't clip
Could you
it.
elaborate on that?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. It's just different. We're going to see something different.
Something different. You know, we can go through the typical buzzwords of needing something different. I mean, that was the first round they lost in. How many was it actually? Like 4 on the trot?
It was an 8-4 half. They lost pistol. It was 9-4, so they call it 5 rounds.
5 rounds. I mean, it feels...
Caster Mathers on record.
That was really bold of
I
you.
was scared to actually answer that question.
I know.
I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. I mean, they say, like, don't work with animals and children, but have you seen our analyst desk? Hiya. They're still down there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I felt something.
Just daggers, mate. That's all it was.
Okay, good.
But no, it does seem as though we are coming back into this. But again, maybe just wanted to address what that ops impact could be, how they want to find their way around it. What are you trying to whisper to me? We've got microphones.
It was 4 rounds.
It was 4 rounds? I was right. Oh, you did caster math and it was wrong. Well, we go back in and let's see if any adjustments, any noticeable differences are made. Maybe around just be it Buzz or just how the rest of they felt Vision Strikers had adjusted off the back of that.
Again though, Buzz, RB, they're set up to be proactive at least on A. Second flash going to come out here, not going to find anything. That'll be the green light for RB to rotate elsewhere. But Buzz still posted.
But the immediate response, obviously, if you're Vision Strikers as well, they're going to try and lean away from the op. Will now stack maybe towards B garage 6, which seems the case. Buzz still controlling that. You couldn't ask for a sweeter start for Vision Strikers there as well.
Yeah. And again, for Forsaken to be solo out on that side, King might even be greeted by Benkai, who after seeing that utility must have known. Also, an extra star there. King actually turns his back.
Timing! Devi! He might have a little bit of a timing on this, maybe to get King, but how do you get the rest? That's the difference. Does he even check for this? He does. Great work. Execution begins. Devi's going to lean on through. That's almost a follow-up, but it's Mind Freak right there.
This is great. See, Stack's actually got to come away and respect this. There's no way they're There's no way Stax is backing away as if he's saving right now. Actually, no, sorry, going to pick up the heal from RB. I thought RB was heading towards the attacker's spawn side to flank there, but...
And go baca juga.
Yeah, Seeker's invested, and yeah, they will force the issue. Try and get back through spawn here. The flash is perfect, though. Look at that buzz. Stax is going to follow up on it, though.
Yeah, where was that next layer to Achiba? Still waiting. 1, 2, the third. Just slips through his fingers. As now it's just on Stax as Mind Freak holds the line. And the timeout coming into this. The adjustment, it worked out.
The stuff, and that's it. See Forsaken kind of out on an island there to almost kind of bait Vision Strikers. The problem is with a jet like Forsaken, you almost think that's the tell. That's the execute, right? That's literally them showing their hand very early on. Shout out to Shiba as well to find those two on the way back through. There were so many flashes exchanged, especially with RB and Stax being 2 up still on that retake with the Seekers on top of it.
Can we just say, though, PaperX are pushing Vision Strikers, who were once again touted to be, I'd say, top 3, top 4 team, by the people who really like that playstyle, who've seen them a lot. They really highly hold this team in regard, and they are being pushed by what would be a massive underdog in this narrative, in my mind. I mean, we saw Icebox come out and we're like, oh god, what's happening here? We're going to be out here before midday. Not the case at all. 10-9, PaperX are truly doing something very impressive. But they have to get across the finish line, otherwise it's that close game that no one remembers. But Buzz will be waiting. Just rattles off a shot.
Nonton game.
Takes that territory.
Ini lagi ada turnamen internasional.
You can see Seekers available here for Divide. Shiba with the Hunter's Fury and Forsaken. So Blades with Buzz again though. Last few rounds he's really come into his own. That operator on and actually shutting down Forsaken a number of times now. But a big positive for me, same thing happened in the previous round, and PaperX still strung together a very, very structured execute onto scene. It looks like that's going to be the end goal here once again.
Mind Freak going for this, King's in trouble. He was picked out before, it might be again. How well can he get out of this combat? Shows he actually still claims 1, which is actually quite impressive, but Divide instantly on the trade back through. You want Stax to get involved here. He sees 2 backs towards him, it's shut down, it's clinical. It is a big response straight away.
I think actually with the way that went, Vision Strikers obviously Buzz finding Forsaken initially, and they almost anticipate exactly the same thing's going to happen.
Yep.
And that's one thing you got to credit Vision Strikers on, is their ability to just use this information to their advantage, adjust their setup accordingly, and always be in the right position, especially in terms of, you know, majority bodies and stacking up towards one site. There's not an awful lot PaperX can do that. I mean, they can't repeat the same success from the previous round.
Here. Oh, they've broken the bank.
They have.
Get out of my way.
Played Sorno again, comes Forsaken. Can he find an opener? First time really seen him explore mid, and that's actually why we're seeing Vision Strikers lean away from B so
He's off. Forsaken's still going. He's deep towards back A. This is insane. Now RB's attention is drawn towards Sewer. This is Forsaken catching rotation. He's in their spawn. And how uncomfortable are you if you're that A player? Suddenly nothing is safe. You're tucked in one corner, and that's all you got. You can see RB, he's looking, he's trying to check. Flash comes in.
No way,
Forsaken
RB.
Lingering. How is RB holding the back? He did everything he could just before being stuffed in the grave by Forsaken. But now he's surrounded. If he gets more, this would be a miracle round for him. And he is just living in the Viper's den right now. Up and over he goes!
Managed to slip away from that, actually. Buzz is there to greet him.
Seen.
Have I now? Last one. Pressure building for him. Got to find another kill. Finally, Vision Strikers in that round. But wow, what a round from Forsaken. Give them a fighting chance. But RB straight away responding with 3 kills. And ultimately putting Vision Strikers back in the drive. I'm lucky not to find the last Forsaken that catches him for the trade.
Yeah,
I mean, that was still pretty much an eco with an ult. So, context-wise, I mean, the problem is that it's 12, right? So it's map point to Vision Strikers.
Might not count for much.
Yeah, this is Vision Strikers map, so again, take what you will from that. But these two teams aren't unknown to each other. They will be scrimming. Southeast Asia and Korea play a whole lot. So at this point, well aware of each other. There's the ult popped already very early on from Shiba. Does he get anything for this? A little lackluster in my mind with that. Oh, Marco's anything but though. Look at that. Perfect control as they try and make their way towards C. He's going to get a little aggressive as a way to finish it. 13-9. Vision Strikers closing it out on that flawless round.
Hey, let's talk benefits though. Again, I'm impressed by PaperX's performance initially here on map 1. Big surprise for me. I mean, look at actually the first 10 rounds how that played out. I think we were at potentially a 7-round deficit there where it looked like Vision Strikers mathematically were going to win it in the first half. So good first performance for them, but that just goes to show Vision Strikers, you give them the opportunity to kind of get a grasp and get comfortable, and towards the end of that half, actually, yes, PaperX found a few rounds on the back of Forsaken individually, but some of these setups from Vision Strikers, again, once they can get a feel for it, they're just always in the right place. What a way to close things out as well from Marco.
I love that. Get a little aggressive. Send a message. And speaking of sending messages, this is the first time we were looking at what Vision Strikers look like at LAN, really. And I don't know if this is a really big performance from the opponents or what. I'm going to be honest, I thought this would be a bit of a one-sided affair.
I did, yeah. I came into this thinking PaperX have an opportunity to kind of show us what they're capable of. Obviously, Vision Strikers, I think we have a much better grasp on where they sit, especially within the region, especially with the benefit of seeing F4Q play as well. Indicators-wise, I think eyes look towards Vision Strikers to be the ones to really, really run this home. But like I said, I'm impressed with PaperX in round 1 here. And yes, we can talk about the map veto. This one probably leans in favor of Vision Strikers. Hey, let's go to Icebox. Let's see what's left in the tank.
Yeah, I mean, what do these guys have up their sleeve? This is the map that they're okay on. Maybe they left it in there as a probable pickup, but their choice is Icebox. That's really piquing my attention. Now, beyond that, though, individual players that stand out to me for, let's say, PaperX. Obviously Forsaken. Obviously, he's a big talking point. But his support in this as well. Devi had some brilliant rounds. Again, that Skyjet combo worked really well between them.
Yeah, I think it's also fair to say, I think particularly on map 2, I'm going to look towards a couple of other players potentially to step up. Where are the layers to that? What's the depth of his team? So again, in terms of repeatable success, it cannot be on a Jet player time and time again, especially against a team like Vision Strikers. They're going to be so well equipped to kind of deal with those sorts of players. It's in their blood. It's in their region.
Truly. Yeah, it is. And now with Icebox on the horizon, is there any takeovers or kind of things we need to pull into? I mean, obviously, we've got Forsaken coming back into this, but is there anything that's standing out to you that we can maybe garner from map 1 and then consider for map 2?
Not an awful lot. Whether or not we see Vision Strikers maybe adjust once again. Again, there were a few rounds I was looking at them, I was thinking, Vision Strikers are playing this so passively, and they're almost anticipating PaperX to become even more daring with what they were doing. And actually, I think PaperX in a few rounds towed the line perfectly in terms of finding that balance. Now with the map victory, does that carry across to Icebox? Vision Strikers may be a little more hesitant to really force the issue. I think actually starting sides, it suited PaperX a little better on Haven.
I tend to agree.
Do they have the same benefit on Icebox though?
A couple of questions we want answers to, and I know a couple of people who are going to give them, but after they wrap up what they thought of this map as well, we're going to go to the analyst desk after a short break, and then you'll be back with us.
beli semua di Shopee. Gratis ongkir. Kapan kita ke pantai lagi, Dek?
Minggu ini Bali aja, Bun.
Akhir bulan ke Pulau Komodo ya, Bun.
Jangan sampai tabungan hari tua kita lenyap.
Jadi mana?
Kita cari yang lain. Oh, no.
Itu kasihan bukannya bagus. Hah?
Valorintel apa sih, Cok?
Lu lihat di Twitter. Valorant Indomie telur goreng.
Hah?
Dia verified sih.
Di mana di Twitter?
Nih Twitter nih. A Valorant Master Watch Party in GTA. RP players are tuning in to the event and supporting with PaperX team. Nih.
Apa sih?
Di komen namanya Fresh Jonas no. This is so damn cool.
Mana?
Sama Kaida juga. This is insane.
Oh.
Holy fuck. Keren banget. Keren sih. Sini siapa?
Lah, apaan sih?
Oh, mari. Si Dustin.
Ya itu nggak secara langsung nobar sih. Itu kan nobarnya di dalam GTA.
Iya, nobar gak? Iya enggak sih.
Enggak sih jatuhnya itu kan enggak sih.
Nobar lah.
Enggak yang dipermasalahin kan dia nobar di apa? Channel Valorant gitu loh. Itu kan dia lagi main game.
Iya.
Bener gak?
Nggak tahu lah. Itu tergantung rakyatnya dah.
Iya tergantung mereka aja udah. Kalau menurut
Cara
gue
dapat
sih
kursi
logikanya
second.
enggak sih harusnya.
Aku aja nggak dapet gimana ya? Mana tahu saya.
Wek. Ya kalau kena ya kasihan lah aja.
Welcome back to Masters Berlin, where Vision Strikers have taken map 1 over Paper Rex. I'm Yingsu, I'm back on the desk with Gio and Sean. Now, we were talking about how long we've waited to see Vision Strikers on the international stage. What did you make of that performance?
Long have we waited? Maybe debated? I don't
know. You're trying to get down with the kids here.
Their attack half was I like their attack half, but it just seemed like on their defensive side they were able to stall out PaperX, but all of a sudden the trades would come in, and then PaperX would flood into the site and win the post round. It was very alarming as a Vision Strikers fan because it kind of indicates that there's some skill discrepancy in the matchup. And I'm worried for their later stages in the tournament. They looked very good strategically, but I thought they should have closed this out way earlier.
I'm just saying, I was the one who said that I wouldn't rule it out, that this could go to a map 3. Sean, how are you feeling about that one?
I don't know. I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good because Vision Strikers is really good on Icebox.
Enggak tuh, kata Wilson dia kabur.
I mean, on the other side of this, right, is that Paper Rex, they showed up too. You know, they had, we always talk about the setups and the strategies of other regions, but it felt like, Gio, that Paper Rex, they also turned up with stuff that they've been working on.
Oh, definitely. I mean, obviously everybody's going to have been looking at Forsaken, played really impressively on the Jet, but for me, I had a lot of eyes on Divide, like the way that he was setting up
cewek ini suka Davai berarti.
I loved his utility usage. I want to see some more of that.
Yeah, and I want to see
Kesimpulan macam apa tuh?
more of the breakdown as well, because
Bulan
we
baru
have
dari gua.
Bala standing by to give us some analysis of map.
Data yang boleh gini sukanya ASEAN, Malaysia.
You guys on the desk asked Sean specifically. You said, "I think this is going to be Vision Strikers."
Sukanya yang bulat-bulat lagi ya?
I'm asking right now, was Sean wrong?
Berarti
Because to me, like you were saying just now, this felt like Paper Rex really came out swinging. So let's go ahead and take a look at one player in particular, and then we'll break down a specific round. Forsaken. Go ahead and roll the clips of Forsaken right here. He is really active, getting involved with the fight.
Sayangnya gara-gara Jason keculik mulu awal-awal.
Cuman masalahnya harus ngandelin dia doang kan.
Tapi nggak ngadain info apa-apa sih masuk ke dia. Cuma nge-pickering. Sayang nggak sih?
Lumayan.
Ada
harusnya drone.
Iya, at least kayak bakal better aja.
they started getting these rounds on the B
Nah
side.
itu angle tipis pakai kunai kayak gitu sih anjing sih.
Cuma Jason tuh yang bisa tuh kayak gitu.
I want you guys to pay attention to this execute. Go ahead and roll it because they set up so
Mantep tuh
well
cewek.
on this
Cewek
side. The amount of Astra utility with right here where you have Mind Freak setting up for the players to come through garage is fantastic. Pause it real quick because this is when Device starts to come through with the sky.
Ini menang ya gara-gara King-nya lari-lari juga sih.
Really have an effect and you can actually see this is a 3-on.
Tapi udah menang round.
Keren sih.
Tuh,
fucking cool.
This is so.
Kita apa sih, Cok?
Lu lihat di Twitter. Valorant, Indomie, telur goreng.
Hah?
Dia verified sih.
Oh.
Who just went down there to do much, so he's falling back.
Ngapain dia balik kayak gitu ya? Buat bantuin cek dulu ya?
Nggak mau keluar ya?
Valor Intel ya, Valor Intel.
Twitternya Boom juga update anjir live kacau.
Cuman menurut gua tuh tetap si Pepperex tuh menang dengan susah payah banget. Tapi giliran VS yang menang tuh kayak gampang banget tau gak sih? Selalu kayak VS kalau Pepperex tuh kalau mau menang tuh pasti sisa 1, sisa 2, sisa 1. Tapi kalau VS menang sisa 4, sisa 3, sisa 4, sisa 3, sisa 5 gitu. Dari situ aja tuh udah kelihatan.
Sean is wrong. You know, contrary to popular belief, sometimes Sean, you get things wrong. Just saying, you know.
I still have. Okay, that's it. I'm going back to my guns too. I'm doubling down.
To think that Benkai called out your name, really excited that you were here,
and you're not believing in him. Like, you guys didn't see this, but during the technical pause, we heard a very excited Sean from all the way over there.
You were fangirling.
Sean was back, but you're betraying him now. I see how it is. But I do feel like we should talk about it though, because I think everybody's looking at this group thinking.
Ya Pepperex juga jarang main map ini, lawan siapa-siapa di band biasanya. Lu kenapa sih nyolot banget anjing? Lama-lama kayak Ayah Wiguna lu bangsat, terlalu fanboy kontol.
Udah jangan marah-marah ya ampun.
Ini kan gue bilang pendapat gue anjing, gue gak menganggap Pepperex temen gue dulu. Gue analis.
Anjay, sorry bang analis.
Maksa banget anjing.
Yang pirang cakep banget.
Goblok.
Enggak cakep banget ah.
Siapa Geo?
Ini ada yang ngomong yang pirang cakep banget.
Ya Geo.
Cakep sih. Gue suka dandanan.
Cakepan Kokuka anjir.
Ya, sebelum bisa menang feeling gue.
Kokuka?
Enggak, lu Stanley Surya Atmaja lu terlalu fanatik tolol, sumpah.
Kakuka deh, Kakuka.
Operasi otak bego, nggak bohong.
Siapa? Mamat.
Ini ada Stanley Surya Atmaja nyolot banget anjing.
Apa sih dia ngomong apa?
Nah, dia bilang, kan gue bilang timing tadi si Fidel.
Sibuk nugas, ditemenin Poki pasti
Mana
semangat.
kocak?
Kumpul keluarga makin seru bareng Poki.
Ada yang main.
Gak berantakan.
Lu doang yang main sendiri Abah.
Baru.
They made really intuitive rotates as well, but it always came down to the utility and what it was the Viper was doing.
We also got to point out, as you guys can see here, no Lakia for Icebox either. So if this goes 2-0, Sean, there is a possibility that we don't get to see Lakia at all today.
Yeah, that's so crazy to me, especially when you look at the guy's stats over the history of the game, what he did in Iceland. Like, he's such a phenomenal talent, but Vision Strikers knows what's best, right? These guys are the ones screaming day in, day out, hours and hours on end. You can tell how drilled they are. So I think it's a comp thing, it's a familiarity thing with who's on the team. But what we're gonna see here is I think we might get mirrored comps you were talking about, Gio.
Yeah, I think the same as well. You know, both of these teams like to play. I mean, we're seeing on the screen, other than Benkai on the 92.3% of the Killjoy, everybody else is 100% in recent times in Stage 3 of what they like to play. So that really wouldn't wouldn't surprise me. Now, one of the things that I have concerns for is the fact that, if I'm not mistaken, PaperX is starting on defense, which when you look at the game they played against Bren Esports in the finals, they really struggled on the defense. So despite the fact they may bring in mirror compositions, it might not look like such a mirror.
Yeah, and that's something I believe that these teams that run a solo duelist on Icebox sometimes struggle with. Because when you watch North America, oftentimes it's that Sentinels comp where it's like a Reyna Jet or Raze Jet. And those players can dominate the A side by being very aggressive. They have the mobility to get away. But when it comes to these comps with the Killjoys involved, you have to use different approaches. You have to get a little bit clever. So both these teams are going to be playing that very tactical style. And there it is. The mirror comps are in.
But also Stacks here, not on the breach. He's going to be going for the Sage. What do you make of that, Sean? Very quickly.
Yeah, I think Sage is an essential pick on Icebox, and I hate not seeing her. You pretty much need the wall for the B plant.
Thank you very much. Well, Sean is wrong sometimes, but here are two people who are never wrong. That is Pansy and Hypog.
Whew, high praise, Yinzu. You've never been this nice to us. What do you need? Is there something we owe you? Like
something in the air, something in the water
I
here
don't
in Berlin?
know.
I should get used to this, actually.
Pleasantries from Yinzu. That is quite something. I mean, Sean got flamed, so I guess he's got to be nice somewhere.
You got to bounce that.
Yeah. Poor old Sean. He just turns up, just absolutely getting wrecked. Fair enough.
He's not in leather today, that's why.
Oh, true. The leather daddy is out. We have kind of, pastel Sean, of course. But to the game. We do have now a bit of a game on our hands. I mean, now the thing that stands out to me that is going to just be drilled in my mind is that this was PaperX's choice of map. Now, if you've watched Vision Strikers, they're quite good at this. It's quite a very good map, actually, for them. So, I don't know what to expect here, if I'm honest, but I didn't on the first map, and I was pleasantly surprised. So, again, this is just a wait and learn in my eyes, at least when it comes to PaperX's performance.
You've seen, actually, both Buzz and Stacks leaned very heavily forwards on B, and Forsaken's actually going to punish that. We'll find an opener, and Stacks has to respect this pressure now. King through next to Orange here, but straight away, divide with the wall. Plant's going to go through. Actually, Vision Striker's trying to break through that to prevent the plant going down, but it won't happen.
Oh! No, it's just the damage. At this point, Spike is down. Look at the clock ticking away. And going to the post plant. A creep back up from Divide. Just going to pop himself up on the edge of that wall for as long as he can. And that's the surprise! Marco got him! Got Divide down. Forsaken then going to pick up that mantle. Wall goes... Oh, it's a whiff. It's a bit of a problem. It's a huge problem, actually. Look at the state of this one. It's all gone Pete Tong. That one person gets that reference, but it will be PRX to get that first round.
Fantastic setup, actually. A little bit of misuse of utility on the way back in, but I mean, actually, fair play to, was that Divide that swung through just ahead of that wall going in? Sheba able to do loads of damage, and this is a guy, again, my eyes go towards him. It was a slower game on Haven. Again, maybe he's one of those impact players here on Icebox, and I'm excited to see that. But, pistol round on the board. We'll see nothing invested here from Vision Strikers in a four-man stack towards B side at least, and Marco out on an island elsewhere.
Normally we talk through this round somewhat because it is an eco, but we have seen this. I know we have seen rounds like this. When it was on the shoes on the other foot, we did see a conversion on this round.
Well,
but
I was going to say we did see Forsaken just doing disgusting things with the classic. 2
mad shots. But this should be kept clean. But we haven't seen much of, I guess, PaperX with the economic advantage early on, because that's just not how it went. So I want to see how they look, on their anti-ecos. How can they keep it clean? Are they able to kind of, make sure everything's looked after? So this is, again, just more of that kind of building the idea of how these guys look. There's the first bit of contact after that spike went down.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, this is perfectly fine. Yeah. There it is. Nice. Prime Gaming flawless view.
Good progress as well, especially towards Forsaken's ultimate. 1 away from the Blade Storm now, and a good start for him, 5-0. To continue his successes, at least individually, from the first map.
One enemy remaining.
Again, I think you make a good point that really, if there is a round deficit from PaperX on the attacking side, how Vision Strikers kind of handle that, right? How they try to counteract that, because the tendency is to want to try and find value from maybe a few rounds where PaperX have got a lesser buy, but I think PaperX have kind of set the tone for how they want to play regardless of the purchase, and that's going to be difficult for Vision Strikers to get a handle on.
This will just play to the notion of what Vision Strikers do against opponents like this, and how aware they are of each other, because we have been told that these two regions are able to play against each other and they scrim and practice occasionally. And oh god, Tommy turrets come out, having a whale of a time. Actually, Forsaken is as well, 21 HP, but he's dominating the site, and now it's on towards RB. Backside, still gonna get manhandled. This is a tragedy in the making for Vision Strikers. They're not going to be loving this at all. This is all falling to pieces. Now it's just one left alive. The Viper in the 1v2. Spots out one, but he's being slowly crept on from the side. But reads it like a book. Closes that chapter on Forsaken and now pushes forward. Just baiting out the corner. That was so well done, but Devi is that safe pair of hands.
That's the third on the board for PaperX. Vision Strikers buy round actually stripped away from them, and yeah, I'm getting a little animated in the studio.
I hope that wasn't just an unison sheesh.
What, are you worried or cringing if it was? Which is it?
Sheesh. No, I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm too old to be doing it. It's just,
well, at least
it
you didn't
catches
do
my
it
attention.
on broadcast.
No, I'd never. That'd be weird. But no, it did sound kind of on it.
Sheeshy.
Yeah, kind of sheeshy. Bit sheeshy. Money. Obviously, not going to be so pretty, and the bonus gets collected. A little off the back of Forsaken, you could say, but again, building perfectly the economy on route, and wants to continue doing as such. Lovely quick kills to start off with. To be the first man forward, wants to get those knives back in the pocket. Still looking for that pixel out of place, you can see it. He is just deathmatching this right now.
Sax will respond, that's the year of Forsaken. We'll double down on this pressure. RB actually responds here with another great shot, but just a matter of time. One man above him, Mind Freak trying to close the distance here with the classic. Will find one. 3 survive as well, so good momentum building here in these early rounds. Bit of a financial buffer as well. I think actually Vision Strikers probably in Vision Strikers probably in a position where they're not going to have. Okay, well, it was a she, so I just heard. Yeah,
you
said
confirmed.
One. Yeah, going to breeze on past. But Vision Strikers do have a little left in the bank here, but it'll be a scrappy purchase if they decide to actually reinvest. Again, round loss bonus will be a factor, but it won't be a full purchase on the next. So we'll have to wait and see how this plays out. Whereas actually, on the other hand, PaperX rolling in it.
They're loving it. Forsaken is just having the best time, feeling confident. Buzz just got pinged as well. That's a problem.
Really fuck?
I'm so far away here in a 1v3. The Viper ult feels... This is why they picked Icebox, fair enough. Right now. Doing as such. Lovely quick kills to start off with. Still be the first man forward, wants to get those knives back in the pocket. Still looking for that pixel out of place, you can see it. He is nice. Obviously, not going to be so pretty in the bonus.
Buffer as well, I think. Probably in a left in.
Forsaken is just having the best time, feeling confident. Buzz just got pinged as well. That's a problem. Forsaken straight in. Look how bold they are. Just confidence oozing through them. Forsaken greets him with a smile. Buzz is dead. And this is why they picked Icebox. Fair enough. Korean fans, this is worrying. Stacks with a shot and a half, but it doesn't.
A little shaky on the first map, but 5 rounds unanswered now. Vision Strikers do actually...
Waduh.
I'm guessing this is a play to at least save through, but there's potentially PaperX going to 6. Actually, straight away, Buzz catching a headshot.
Confident.
Look at this.
They are just deathballing around this. It's so momentum-based, and it's still just pouring down. Vision Strikers are in trouble, and they are not getting a grip on this game in this round at all. PRX are absolutely snowballing this one, and it's beautiful to watch, and look at it, the confidence oozing out of them. Bermain Gaming flawless here, just solidifying how strong this is. And let's put some context on this. If you guys don't watch Vision Strikers much, be like, oh, maybe this is a bad map. No, it's really not. People barely break double digits against them. I think outside of the one loss they had in 2020, keep in mind, only one team has ever broken double digits on them, and everyone has still lost. So they're a really good team on this map. I am enamored with how these guys are approaching it. It is no fear, no respect. We are just pouring through.
Respect. That's exactly the phrase I want to put on, because with the way Vision Strikers play on Haven and that slight hint of hesitation or cautiousness, I think that now abused. Buzz will open this one up. Benkai falls off the rip. What the adjustment is, because I think actually the first time Vision Strikers have drawn first in a couple of rounds. So to see what the plan is obviously divide. Getting back on his feet.
Expert mati doang.
Again, Paper look to pressure towards B side. Now we've seen a couple of variations actually, and that split through mid sticks out in my mind. See actually immediately the adjustment here for Vision Strikers to be in position for that, but this is all 5 of Paper X.
Ya aja main Genshin aja.
Still gonna find a second.
Yeah, he's watching this cross like a
mending main Genshin coy daripada gedebong.
Now this might be the adjustment, but Mindfreak just got that ult to come around with that ult collection, so fresh look for this round, maybe gonna help things out to make up the 2-player deficit, and you can see the utility just being poured on through again.
Woi gila main zombie malam-malam takut. Itu dia bilang nyawerr for the way stop Genshin gacha waifu tobat. Katanya gila main zombie malam-malam takut. Patahin leher zombie dipatahin.
Yeah, it was. I think initially here, well, obviously fair play to him to still be ballsy enough to kind of peak this with the amount of pressure and the pace at which Paper X have been playing some of these rounds. Again, I think it's what's necessary to find these first bloods. Now with the revive removed actually off the board for Paper X, actually you're going to see Divine on the operator here. Maybe that's just with Forsaken based on, but Paper X spread a little more thin here. Spike not committed, at least either way.
Wah, gimana lagi?
Straight away, without this pressure on B lane, you can see now stacks will drift away from B, leave Buzz posted. Again, they can bank on potentially only having 2 people to deal with. Finds the first, dashes away.
Mereka ke tim apaan ya? Dulu gue choose karakter dulu ya. Gue pakai Camtech.
Jago
berenang nih.
Waduh.
Raisa.
Black Raisa kocak.
Not really, actually.
Maybe
just try and see if they can get a pick going, see if there's anyone
startnya nih.
Divine opportunity.
Jangan susah-susah kocak.
Lagi jawab nih aja nanti.
Jangan susah-susah kocak.
We're going to see an interesting vibe set up here on A.
Buruan
first time that Marco's going to be able to kind of rely on it.
Effort net.
We haven't really seen him get much play on the side of the map.
Lu sama zombie takut mau orang gua berani.
Buruan Jar.
So that should be shut down. They kind of hold each other accountable.
Jar buruan
maybe could have followed up a little further, but no, Forsaken keeps the side.
Got a spike.
And you're right. Spike is off. We get a couple of players there to show a little skin, keep them pressed.
Zombie hanya psikologis anjir itu masalah.
Something brilliant to keep them in this, but there's that mid catch as well. King's gonna be in trouble. Buzz though still trying to do the best he can, tries to keep his team in this.
Ada main nama Kevin Naha nih anjing. Kayak
going down, and now the support's in place. Forsaken's made his way up there. Over to Yokk.
Bung di Kiwi sama aja kayak Kevin Naha anjing non.
In hand and spike planted. He knows where at least 2 of these players are. He's gonna hazard a guess. There's nothing left on the other side. It's all gonna be in the peaks, but Stacks ain't stopping. It's the fall of Fuse and Divine knows that he can't do much about it. As the clock gets ripped away from him. And for now, second response.
fair play to Vision Strikers for recovering that. Buzz going very aggressive to try and stop that spike from going down. Another 3 seconds or so, and the clock decides that round for them.
Rex lagi main, Bang.
I love that from PaperX. They come through the lockdown, invested, and they don't even dip their toes.
Lebih penting
They
PaperX atau
don't
jeli
give
tangan
anything
lu?
away on A side. They don't lose anything. Sheebit is in a perfect position to basically
Ini
play
gue
the
bakal
cutting mid
di-notice
there
sama
and
Messi, nggak jelas.
completely rip one of the players away in rotation. So the
Pakai
fact that Vision
dokter
Strikers still
palsu.
find 3 kills after that is insane to me.
Dokter palsu.
Wonder how much they've garnered of
Nggak ada Luis ya di sini.
rotations as well. That's the first time we've really seen them try and punish those rotations. You know, we saw that little bit of a play up middle
Pakai
later game
istrinya
once they hit that fake. They're
yang
gonna
gue
go make
pakai
that play
aja.
up. I'm wondering if they're going to start reading into these rotations
Gue pakai istrinya
easier, maybe a little earlier.
Kulit
And it
hitam.
looks like Forsaken is actually testing the
Ada
waters up to
ceritanya,
again.
Cuk.
So, remind back to last round, there was that
Kalau
jump
nggak salah
towards
ini
Sage on the other
si
side. No such thing this time around. And Buzz.
Skill yang
I was
ada.
going to say, Buzz being noted is a key factor here because he's been
siapa itu lupa.
very prominently trying to control B main at least with that operator.
Ya gue berenang kok
Don't
cakap
chase
selalu.
that. And the thing is, King is actually here with him, so it's a new look from Vision Strikers on the defense. See here what the plan is for PaperX. Benkai going to get himself up.
Ya nggak ada
Reapit,
alinya.
Buzz actually a swing and a miss on the first.
Oh, you're a brave boy to hit that cross. The repeat from Forsaken.
Both
Both of them going back in on this after Buzz would have
Thor.
potentially the angle. And he's got more than that. He's got the follow-up towards Shiva, and he's still going to be trying to control make himself seem a little bigger than he is right now. He needs the rest of his side to get over here and provide that support, which he now has. Switching on out to the rifle too. Fly up top towards the nest. Actually, there's the ult coming in.
Set. Nggak ada alinya aja. Azhar kurang semangat.
Nggak ada yang bisa nggak ada yang Azhar jagain nih, boy.
Anjing buat Alia Moyot dibakar-bakar mulu, Bang.
And PaperX
Gila.
will stow the line. They win out.
Lempar gas, lempar bensin
Buzz finds
anjing.
everything he needs to before that site here comes through, Lauren.
If you just read the start of that round, you'd think, well, that's fine. They've done everything. That's the dream start.
Just a little point there. I love the setup. Actually. The Divide to be able to play inside, nest on site, actually on the second.
Dan di kapal itu bisa berenang.
To do that. And that's such an position to dig somebody out from, right? And I'm in terms of retaking that, it's really difficult with so many of these tight cubbies to play inside of. That Thor from over here, because again, Forsaken going to open up this round.
The Vision Strikers look frustrated. They're looking like they want that response. They're getting aggressive for it. Gets the rifle. They are on the weaker buy, so why not try something? But they're also only on 2 rounds.
Tapi
They
dua
need
orang
more.
playernya Indo.
This is meant to be a stronghold of theirs, and right now they are being dictated to. Mind Freak with a
Tapi tim dari Singapura.
surprise.
Singapura.
Pulls himself back a bit.
Ya,
They
yang
up to now.
foundernya juga ada orang.
Spike's being ferried over towards the A side.
Tiga orang, semua orang
Be a
Indo.
fairly safe plant, not really nearby it.
Let's go.
Minum dulu. Another kill. Be Benkai now.
Belum kelar adik.
Push it a little deeper. Stacks and Buzz.
Biar hari Sabtu gue ada ditawarin operator juga aja.
Stacks.
Waduh.
Again, with this deficit, what's the value of damage to the economy, right? I mean, PaperX have been in total control of this, and look who's flanking around Mind Freak. Here comes Stacks. Actually, this is going to be very problematic. Benkai, luckily.
Jangan anggap remeh tawaran itu ya ke dia ya. Jangan anggap remeh. Gue belum ready ya. Udah ready kocak.
Gak usah ya.
Jangan anggap remeh ya ke dia ya.
Gila. Dengan standar segitu dapetnya segitu aneh bener.
Makanya juga banyak kayak gitu kan.
Ini zaman sekarang.
Ajar nebak harganya kekecilan, berani-berani.
Bro, sampai 50.
Anda lebih kecil lagi.
Gila, gue kerja jadi operator Zoom berapa hari? Senin, Selasa, Rabu, Kamis.
Itu lama juga. Yang magang itu.
Bukan, bos. Side project. Side project, boy.
Iya. Lama gue main gini. Lah orang udah ini, bego. Hah? Udah jam segini, kocok. Jar diajakin MCL-nya.
Ya, menang tar coy.
Kan kalau kita lihat dia sempet
Indo
apa ya diffuse setengah terus dia
Males.
Mulas.
Nolek anjing malam.
Eksploitasi.
Emang udah main dong?
Bakal set duluan anjing.
Mau seru-seruan, nggak ada hiburan di
Master
jalan
duluan.
sampai ditinggal.
Eksploitasi anjing. PUBG. Lah kok kagak ada ini sih, Cok? Kagak ada senjata.
Kok ada panci, Cok? Makanya gimana lupa?
Kok melee doang?
Nggak bisa.
Iya, melee doang sama pistol anjing.
Mana
bisa ngambil melee?
Aku FPS gue cuma kena 50 Kata dulu, Cok. Jagain aku.
Bisa dua pistol.
Santai belum mulai.
Tes senjata dulu. Terus
Banget.
Apa? Medkit anjing. Banyak medkit, Cok anjing.
Apa ini? Oi, tolong oi.
Oh, dapet shotgun anjing.
Kata dulu,
Jadi gua nge-lag banget, Bang.
Oh, gila dia FPS gua streaming mulu kan.
Nge-lag banget anjir. Ganti RM aja, RN-nya. Kemarin nggak nge-lag pas turun.
Kemarin nggak nge-lag.
Iya,
jagain kocok.
Lu nge-lag, Jar?
Kagak.
Gimana sih?
Biasa aja.
Oh, nge-lag ininya kan ping-nya kocok, lu pencet tab dah.
Oh iya, 140.
Ping gue 300, Cok. Oh, ganti ulang
juga, Bang. Gila.
Itu master.
Gila 200.
Joki.
Ini anjing joki motor. Mau ganti RM nggak?
Ganti, Bang.
Saran.
Iya, cabut dulu.
Cabut dah.
Halo, RM gue bakar dulu ya.
Takutt. Malam bermain.
Tembakin RM dulu anjing, sampai mati.
Enggak usah anjing.
Aduh, mau ganti rut kocak.
Gimana?
Aduh anjing mati gua.
Itu bener ya?
Aduh,
bunuh
dia dulu.
Coy,
Kalau food.
Coba.
Bentar dulu, ganti settingan dulu.
Oh, udah cabut, Jor.
Awas.
Dika ya, Jar MCL-nya.
Yuk.
Disconnected kocok.
Dika suruh ini dulu.
Enggak ada skill yang saya.
Siapa tahu lu mau ada piala-piala di bawah.
Dika suruh jangan panik dulu.
Ajar piala.
Jangan buat
dulu.
Ajar piala coli.
Anjir.
Gila dia, coy.
Bentar.
Nggak usah.
Oh, hard rate.
Iya, hard rate.
Apaan difficulty advance ini?
Iya, advance.
Advance tuh apaan anjing?
Paling susah pokoknya.
Ke expert kocak paling susah.
Udah gue.
Itu.
Kalah mulu kocak kemarin advance-nya sama Agung Dengki.
Cukup buat pada sini.
Emang kemarin kalah kocak.
Kalah kocak sama Gistro, nggak jadi menang.
Enggak.
Menang terakhir tapi Gistro ditinggal.
Oh iya.
Gua yang tinggal itu.
Santai aja.
Dilempar tank anjing Gistro.
Yang mana ya?
Play.
Enggak saya nih.
Ayo.
Iya, Bang, boleh.
Tolong gua.
Ya.
Aduh, cot udah ini lagi.
Panggilan ini.
Panggilan masukin mobil.
Diawasin. Oh no.
Eksploitasi sumber daya kali.
Jangan. Edward ngajakin gue main anjir Last Word. Udah full tapi.
Invite aja.
Udah full kocok. Makanya pengen gue invisible mode aja biar gak tau.
Tuh kan bener masukin mobil anjing.
Take a break dulu ya aja. Kalau awal-awal bisa nggak sih take a break? Auto gitu?
Bisa ganti ini kan bot.
Ajarnya udah nggak di
Apa?
ajarnya
Coba di lanjut. Udah samurai aja.
Agar pingnya sama kayak gue 100. Si Depa tuh agak tapi.
Mana? Mamang Gober sini dulu, Mamang Gober.
Apaan kocak?
Sini dulu kocak.
Dia juga mau tes senjata dulu ya.
Nggak usah cuk.
Aduh,
kesabi.
Ada medkit cuk. Kok lu punya kataan?
Kan emang ada tadi awal-awal.
Ya lu beta.
Ada suara apaan sih?
Tolong cuk, tolong cuk. Aku di atas sendirian cuk.
Gimana sih? Anjir gila. Karena kayak gimana anjir?
Ada di dapur,
Oh lewat ini cuy.
Charger tuh. Ada hunteran. Ada hunter anjing.
Dah. Anjing langsung 50 nya gua. Eksploitasi. Boomer tembakin.
Mana anjing?
Itu depan.
Agak kelihatan tuh. Oh di situ. Idolku dia no fungsi anjing.
Dia nembak aja.
Iya, aduh anjing. What the fuck nembakin gua. Aduh bomnya belum ambil bom tadi.
Hunting rifle butuh hunting rifle buat apa?
Gimana anjir?
Jelek gue kalau harus.
Tahu gue tapi
Apaan borong kan?
Iya bang, gak usah baca.
Mana?
Ya Allah ada Jigong naga.
Set. Jigong Erhan anjir. Diawasin.
Kita ibat tembak nggak mati. Anjing.
Anjir Superman.
Mau harus digocek kocak. Ya elah.
Bener bomba. Udah bomba.
Udah gerak aja.
Kelompok.
Nggak ada.
Kelompok si besar ya.
Set. Anjir rame banget belakang cuy.
Yo Allah labi.
Mana anjir witch?
Mana sih?
Ini di atas atap sini anjir aneh banget.
Lah kok gua. Goblok. Rambut gua. Woi, tolongin gua ya Allah.
Ya lu mati. Bang ngapain bang?
Meninggal yo.
Lu mati bang.
Bangset. Kok langsung mati sih anjing?
Takut anjing.
Masalahnya yang mulai Depa kan gue yang disikat anjing.
Abah jadi cuma nonton doang nih abah.
Dendam pribadi banget.
Setuju.
Anjing gue tarik cok.
Tolongin gua.
Mana sih?
Jangan ngurung lah.
Itu dulu.
Itu dia jelas anjing idol.
Kabur deh. Let's go.
Gue digebukin anjing. Di belakang.
Ulang aja, abah mati anjing.
Oh anjing. Iya loh. Ada lagi ya.
Buset main lempar-lemparnya nih.
Tak dulu anjing ini rame banget.
Gue mati kocak.
Ya mati juga ada super.
Enggak. Ini yang remehkan supa dah anjing.
Pakai ya ajar oke dulu. Ya.
Anjing.
Kok sakit banget sih anjing zombie?
Yang gampang aja kocak, gampang.
Kemarin kagak susah ini kayaknya.
Kemarin ada gister pemburu hebat kocak.
Pemburu hebat.
Ya nggak ada samurai aja.
Awas dong abah anjing.
Shut the fuck up bro.
Eish.
Apa itu?
Tadi bisa asal lu nggak mati mulu kena witch.
Apa? Mau sama siapa?
Dapat curut.
Apa? Ya bagus. Lo kok jadi MP5 ini?
Berubah-ubah cuy. Ya Tron.
Charger tuh.
Tahu bang. Ambil ini kocak, ambil darah.
Udah. Woi, stop nembak itu.
Sorry. Gak kelihatan di kocak.
Ya udah kira nggak ada yang ngantong, goblok.
Bom nggak ada lagi, bom. Ayo langsung lah. Sial.
Dia ini manusia ikan pakai apa?
Let's go. Wah, di mamang gober.
Mamang gober
kabur.
Atas ini aja. Aduh, fuck lo semua ini.
Gua di belakang anjir.
Depo masih di belakang aja. Ya Allah.
Tolong ke Depo lah. Depo diincar malah juga. Aneh banget.
Woi. Lari, woi.
Grenade out.
Gitu.
Awas ada Witcher.
Tapi nggak ini, Jo. Nggak.
Mobil ini jangan kocak. Mobil ini jangan kocak.
Witcher udah hilang aja.
Useless anjir, abah.
Di mana sih?
Bantuin kocak.
Ini playground kocak.
Kayaknya 96 dong.
Ini nih gua nih.
Lu di mana sih? Woi, stop ngejar gue, woi. Lari.
Bantuin kocak. Ya Allah ditinggal.
Mana lo kocak?
Ya Allah ditinggal.
Ya Allah.
Aduh,
bos. Ini gue tembak dulu.
Oh, jauh banget cuy. Mati dah gue dah.
Ya ada charger anjing.
Jangan ditinggal kocak makanya.
Kita udah lah cabut aja cuy. Terlalu susah ini game.
Kita ngomongin gimana?
Suruh joget aja.
Bro, cepetan. Bro.
Suruh gue.
Ada apa tuh?
Ya dulu ya.
Woi, stop ngejar gue zombie, woi.
Atau gua Ben.
Mana aja nih?
Ini bener sini.
Kok gua lewat sini aja?
Ada yang nangis.
Mana ini?
Nanda nangis kocak.
Oh iya, ada witch aja. Ini witch nih. Ini witch nih.
Oh ini.
Mana?
Jangan disenterin.
Ini ada gas ini.
Bunuh dulu nih belakangnya ini.
Di dekat itu ada gas aja. Tembak.
Tembak.
1, 2. Ya udah.
Tembakin amaran.
Si ajar diikat.
Tolong anjing.
Gak bilang bilang lagi. Bisa.
Dekat lu bego. Ajar.
Lari.
Gua kena joget.
Gak usah ditembakin lah bisa. Ini gak penting.
Nah, gua itu dulu. Healing lu bentar.
Witch-nya caper banget
ya? Anjing goblok.
Gua tembak ya.
Udah Peter cuy anjing.
Kok bisa naik situ aja anjing.
Emang ke situ? Bangsa apa ya?
Emang atlet beda.
Peter ini. Ayo cok.
Bukan sini Jor.
Sini kota.
Sini gue ke Rexus.
Nggak jelas anjir abah.
Aduh goblok. Ya elah sekali.
Abah pakai kampak yang penuh. Emang sorry.
Minta darah kocak.
Itu ada depan tuh. Ini cepet banget. Abah ada hidup baru.
Lu ejanya nggak bener
Anjing.
Gimana?
Lali diadu babedida kocak.
Nggak ada yang tahu yang bener.
Ya bener itu kocak.
Turun nggak ada tuh.
Aduh apa sih?
Ada itu tuh depan lu aja. Itu anjing tepak kan.
I don't know. Get some machine gun.
Zombie.
Udah ambil. Ngapain nih?
Rep, jangan sendirian lo, Rep.
Tar dulu kocak, sabar.
Ada bom nih, weh.
Mana sini, taruh.
Vitorino.
Minta darah dong, kocak. Minta med.
Gak ada gua.
Minta boosting,
ada
kocak.
pil dong.
Bang minta
Gua
darah.
nih, gua ada pick nih.
Bang minta darah, Bang.
Mati.
Hah?
Mana darahnya nggak dibagi anjir?
Wah, bukan yang tadi. Gua udah paling satu tadi.
Tuh,
Wah,
gua lempar tuh.
gua sendiri, hebat.
Ya Allah.
Aduh.
Mata-mata.
Gitu.
Gua kira klik kiri buat bagi.
Habis peluru gue ya?
Tadi kan banyak loh.
Aku dapat sakit, Cok.
Ramai banget sini nih.
Apa nih?
Healing, gue healing.
Masih hidup.
Ya elah, gua ngokang
Ya
aja.
ampun, anjing gue
Lu ngokang lagi, Cok.
Aku akal banget.
Lantai gue udah makan.
Ini loh.
Coming.
Gak ada darah, Cok.
Woi, belakang, Rep. Woi.
Yes, seven.
Aduh.
Awas ada yang muntahan, ada muntahan.
Joki.
Peter anjir. Waduh.
Goblok.
Peter, Rep. Woi, Ukraine
Mana orangnya? Aduh.
Ijo ini. Ijo nggak ngeliat apa-apa.
Aduh, meninggal.
Sama.
Sabar lu, coy.
Meninggal, Cok.
Ramai banget ini.
Anjing gue dibully Joki.
Tolongin Jor itu, Jor.
Itu jagain deh.
Jordi diem doang anjing.
Lu di mana anjing?
Apaan anjing? Gua matiin dulu dah lu. Gua ada hidupin lagi nih. Biar nyawanya hijau.
Ya, santai, enggak lama lagi.
Oh ya?
Lu mana sini?
Sini Abah sini.
Ngapain anjing ke sini? Bisa lo coba. Mati nggak?
Abah sini dulu, Abah.
Lu gimana caranya?
Lompat, coy.
Iya. Oh,
jatuh dia.
Patah ini kaki gua.
Dalam rumah sini ada apa? Jomblo apa lompat?
Paling gua ada zombinya.
Tembak tembak.
Sorry.
Ya jatuh, Cok.
Order lagi nih. Waduh, tank tuh anjing.
Cacer.
Tank kocak.
Ya charger gigi.
Oh, kirain
dia nggak ngerti mana tank mana charger, Cok.
Sama gede-gede juga.
Charger Tommy anjing.
Kabur.
Kenapa lu turun, bangsat?
Ya, kok di sini anjing?
Supa jangan mati, Supa jangan mati.
Jangan ngejar gua. Gua pincang anjing, jangan ngejar gua anjing.
Woi, tembakin tolong woi.
Udah.
Masuk rumah, Cok. Masuk rumah, Cok.
Masuk rumah dia.
Woi, stop nembakin gua.
Jangan bawa ke gua. Gua gambar.
Udah kejar tank pincang banget. Aduh, goblok. Help.
Anjing nggak mati, babi dia.
Mati.
Ya, peluru gua habis lagi.
Mati lu biar. Tolong. Aduh, bentar. Tolong.
Mana sih?
Mati dah gua.
Awas, Jor,
ya.
ya.
Udah combo.
Itu ada ini gua tuh, ada item gua.
Bisa
ya. Aku hidup lagi.
Anjing curang.
Yes. Back, mate. Oke, gue carry.
Darah gue satu kocak.
Aduh, pincang gua banget.
Jalannya lama banget lagi.
Di dalam sini nggak ada padahal.
Ini di mana sih nih hanya Gistra yang tahu ya. Oh ya, santai.
Kita berdua pincang nih.
Menang.
Eksploitasi anjing.
Darah gue satu hit anjing Jordi.
Ayo buruan.
Babi. Jordi darah penuh di dalam anjing.
Tinggal. Iya, tinggal.
Babi.
Keringat jagung. Udah pincang. Kunci.
Ini baru stage 1 ya?
Oh.
Iyalah.
Kenapa susah banget stage 1 anjing? Biasanya gampang.
Karena teammates-nya lu kocak jadi susah.
Oh itu masih ada di sini nih.
Masih 82.
Senjata dong.
Emang udah mulai?
Udah gua.
Curang anjir, dieksploitasi pasti sama dia biasanya.
Bagi itu dong.
Ini banyak anjing nih sini.
Mana?
Ya Allah, gua nggak dapet medkit anjing. Kira gua satu kocak.
Kita merah ini, woi. Depan
Kasih mamang itu.
Jangan anjing juga bergamparin.
Bikin merah dulu kali ya.
Jangan.
Gua tampol, gua datengin rumahnya sekarang.
Kamu datengin rumah.
Tuh, ambilin bom coy.
Iya, sabar ya.
Oh, dari Ivan.
MP5 lebih gila kan.
Mana sini? Mamang gober diem dulu coba.
Enggak usah anjing.
Enggak, mau lihat doang apa yang di bawah.
Sakit kok. Kuning nih gua langsung. Oh, enggak kenal. Ya, kena.
Enggak kena.
Wah. Kalau kena ada tulisannya nih,
Berarti emang enggak ada rasa.
Maju. Biar.
Ada.
Bentar adik-adik.
Ya aduh,
aku take a break dulu.
Ya,
surja.
Anjing.
Entar dulu belakang dulu tuh,
masuk lagi.
Bisa.
Jangan tinggalin gua, kocak.
Jadi sini dulu mana maju tuh.
Ini jelek banget nih.
Ngapa sendiri?
Nama sendiri Bang.
Dia sendiri.
Aduh anjing rame banget masa.
Mas, aduh jangan di situ dong.
Joki.
Gue kan. Masa dari gue 70 langsung anjing, what the fuck.
Turun.
Nih. Skop lemah anjing tinggal 50 saudara gua. Kira-kira dari zombie apa dari teman? Sorry.
Low.
Apa?
Lalu ambil turun.
Anjing.
Aduh, gua ngincer pala zombie, cuy. Suara apa sih?
Ini
makan deh spot gua.
Aduh bangsa.
Aduh apa ini?
Buset, gue ditembakin ajar mau nih kayak.
The ultimate absolutely perfect. The response is brilliant. Forsaken again, looking to pile on the pressure. Maybe a little overzealous. King
jumping,
doing his best dapper impression here to jump into the Viper Spit. What was that?
Look, I didn't quite expect that, if I'm honest. That might have caught me off, but 10-10. It could not get closer between these two, but the money is drastically one-sided right now.
Look at the investment from Paper, so everything but the lockdown thrown at that previous round.
Everything. It's cleaned the board. And they're down to now Sheriffs, a couple of upgraded armors, a couple of odds and ends, but it's so dire.
We talk about the trade-off though, and look at the purchase. That's the problem here. Sheba walking, Buzz will greet him. Again, PaperX have to achieve something here, and it's with nothing at their disposal. 3 Sheriffs, a Frenzy. Vision Strikers just happy to play this game now. I think concerns-wise in map 1, yes, it was looking a little dicey with what PaperX were able to achieve, but now, Forsaken, we get spotted out. RB resets all the way back into spawn here. We're actually up the top of the ramp. Now just looking comfortable with how PaperX want to try and approach these rounds. Spike comes through. No pressure.
None.
Onto that here. I don't know how to say that. Through the wall? Okay, well.
Fair play. Okay, I mean, it's a step, but guns, I don't say unretrievable, but very unlikely to be freely retrieved, with Stack still in his position. Gets his divide. Rez coming back in. Rifle back to hand. RB coming through as the final line. Mind Freak with 2 big shots, but it's 11 for Vision Strikers, slowly grinding down PaperX here.
On the brink of closing this out here, Vision Strikers. 1 buy round left to deal with. again, there's not going to be an awful lot to bring it in if Vision Strikers make this 12, Lauren. Buzz still with the Blade Storm. RB actually building back towards that Hunter's Fury now.
One round.
One round.
This is dominance on display on both halves, really. Obviously, Vision Strikers just
I'll take nothing away from PaperX in the first half, yeah.
No, absolutely not. Early damage coming through as well towards Device, so maybe feeling a little less prior. Buzz going to take space towards middle.
We did spot Sheba on the cross. Just on the back of Boiler here, so Sheba trying to explore a couple of other angles. And Forsaken left to hold down the fort on a site. Sheba will catch the audio cue there, actually, even dropping off. Vision Strikers look to reset. Now look at the B setup here. Mindfreak playing so deep towards Snowman. Again, that lockdown available for Benkai. Possibility of, you know, building back in and using that as a crutch almost on the retake.
Here we go. Time to make that cross, but as you said, a deep play, but 2 on the site as well. Don't forget that. Spam on the cross comes in, no real connections. It's Mindfreak who gets swept aside. Buzz is going to find such comfortable entry. Spike now planted, time even favorable to the Vision Strikers as PaperX now presented a problem, a conundrum that they've got to work out.
The problem is, where do you put the lockdown here? Devi actually might try and get a wall in front of this Spike. You can see him considering it.
Okay.
Actually going to try and protect the lockdown with it. I actually like that. But Spike still in full vision. Nano Swarm available.
They're pushing.
Vision Striker's going to try and rip it away from him.
Oh, that's
destroyed.
Yeah, really smart work. Rather than just falling back and accepting the story that's being told you, they push forward. And now problems starting to mount. The time is running away. This is looking like it's 12 on the board, and there's not much more to be done. PaperX have to bring those guns to next round. Vision Strikers are just the titans, stride after stride after stride, pulling this game back in from the brink. That half was dire, Hypoc, and now they're at 12.
Match point.
Yeah, I mean, I'm blown away by the response here. Initially, looked as if PaperX were going to be able to force the third map, I got to say. With there's not many times you look at a 9-3 scoreline and a team strings together 6 rounds to start the half. Yep. There's one stumble along the way, but other than that, flawless.
And this is just still making it so hard to categorize some of these teams. It's like, how do we place this now? Are PaperX just absolutely nutty? Is this actually an even map? Are they very aware of each other? Is this, again, this is very hard to then go, well, okay, pound for pound, what do the other teams look like now? Where does this match up with the rest of the groups? But this is the brilliance of the group stage. We get to find out as it goes along. So, I mean, percentage-wise, if you're playing the numbers game, you're saying GG, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I would say that, but again, it's interesting to see with that investment in the previous, and when we looked at it, there was 4 ults available both sides, and how everything's played since then. Yes, the save, I agree with it here, but you know, throw the lockdown in, there needs to be a little more intention, I'd say, in terms of trying to get back onto that, because that previous round is the map loss in my eyes. Yeah. Again, now they need to actually overcome the odds and turn this around to keep this map going. Buzz still holding on to the Blade Storm. And again, we know the lockdown was the last thing available for them. Vision Strikers on the brink.
Now's the time. Do or die for PaperX in this situation. They had such a lead, but unable to kindle some of that brilliance from that first half as Vision Strikers just tearing them down round by round till where we're sat. Now, this won't just be map point, this will be match point. This is all but done at this one. This will be game over. So now we wait and see. PaperX, what's the first look for you guys? A little bit more postured up towards A, a little bit closer. Forsaken, not a stranger to aggression.
Been a little slower in the previous round as well in terms of really pushing through. Again, that pretty much relies on it. Stacks and King on the other end of it, man. I mean, what can you do? This is where they've almost been forced back in the cell. Look how slow Vision Strikers are happy to play this now. Finally, we get towards yellow.
45 seconds now. This is arduous. Just a slog up a hill. Every step they look not necessarily nervous, but my word, are they aware of the problems? Yeah. Benkai just around that corner. Mindfreak's there. 30 seconds now here. Clock is starting to dwindle down. Spike gonna come in though. And those spams look real good. Yeah, Benkai's got it. Now there's a problem because they left it so late. 20 seconds on the board. Keep that in mind. Benkai again finds another. Vision Strikers, if you fumbled it at the final hurdle here. 13 seconds now. King's got the spike. He wants to get it down. He can't do it. 10 seconds. Forsaken's found him. And out of nowhere, they've just found that little spark to pull him back in. RB goes down. There is life in them yet.
They live to fight another day. 11-12 now. Paper X. Potential to force overtime here in map 2. And Vision Strikers, I gotta say, I didn't like a couple of rounds on Haven where they had that sort of approach where it was hesitant, cautious, whatever banner you want to put on it. And that right there is a perfect example. Paper X is so explosive in the response as soon as they come through, and again with this lack of presence shown elsewhere, I think Paper X just slowly drift further and further towards being there to greet that Sage wall, to deny that plant, and put themselves back with a fighting chance.
It looks like Paper X this time not sitting as deep, playing a little bit closer to early contact, which will mean Buzz could get a fight, but they have back to white.
Actually, they're going to walk 8. As 3, and this is on the back of King and Stacks being positioned here. A number of rounds are not being given or shown anything.
So deep from Benkai. And he knows that they can walk this to an extent. He's got to be aware, and there it is. That's what he was waiting for. He is as far as on an island as you can be in this. There's 5 players here against him. He needs to fall back, give it up. This has to be a retake. Buzz has ult to play with as well. And away we go. Forsaken, the first to start taking strides here.
Is going to reset.
And there's no one on flank either. Smoke goes in. Forsaken, first man forward. He's happy to be the tip of the spear. Utility drawn out. Timing is going to be very much of the essence. Forsaken wants to lean a little forward. Benkai did find Buzz. Actually, it Stacks to respond. Here we go. And now this is where the problems start to begin because it's just down to 2. Benkai Mind Freak. They can't do it all. Is now Benkai called upon to try and save his side. A great wallbang, but 6 HP and 2 more to go. Vision Strikers have done enough.
Attackers win.
Came down to the wire. 13-11 the scoreline here for Vision Strikers, but their first appearance a 2-0. And that's the important thing to consider, Lauren. Finally, I feel getting a grasp on that game because Paper X pushed them. And again, actually, I think in terms of, we talked about blank canvas, Paper X have made a statement here on that first as well.
Oh. Just tearing it up, are we, Stacks, huh? All right, fair enough. No, you're right, and this is a statement game for both teams in a very unique fashion. We have on one side Vision Strikers, the team that had eluded us at previous events, fell just short of that very final hurdle. They caught.
Anjir, bangun-bangun mati gua.
Bantai dia dulu, Cok.
Oke, Cok. Ntar kan jatuh semua sih.
Agak. Jatuh ntar bisa diambil lagi.
Medkit gue jatuh.
Mabet.
Aku hidupin lagi anjing.
Lamaan aja.
Awas sejak sini.
Pincang angkat tangan.
Gue juga dong.
Joki.
Gue juga dong kalau dicerah.
Mati. Ya ampun, gue sobat sini dong.
Ini gue mati ya.
Jangan.
Wah, sorry, sumpah, sorry.
Gue mati aja.
Mati juga dah gue.
Ya, ada witch lagi anjing.
Sama.
Ini mah bunga.
Dikil gila.
Goblok lu ditebein, bumper.
Alah, gak bakal lama anjing. Udah pengen gue mati dulu.
Masalahnya gue pada darah.
Ya, wah.
Sorry.
Aku lempar kemana, goblok dasar.
Bawa. Ntar ambil betak ini ya, punya gue.
Gue tuh tembakin.
Ini aja nih kocak.
Sayurin. Gua granat launchernya.
Agak bakal ngaruh kocak.
Darah gua 2 kocak.
Ini ada super witch lagi anjing. Ada medkit, ambil.
Ya itu mati.
Asap anjing.
Ya.
Jar mati jar.
Sini.
Joki.
Joki.
Jar.
Coy ini coy hidupin gua.
Jar.
Nah, betak tuh.
Aduh.
Dah betak tuh Jar.
Depan lu ada witch ya, Jar. Jar depan lu ada witch.
Itu ada ini hidupin gua.
Ya, gue lagi.
Lagi rame tiba-tiba rame.
Apa ini? Tinggal dah anjing langsung. Curang banget Witch sekarang dah. Lah kok udahan anjing?
Thor mati semua.
Mati semua gimana?
Gue ngapain pakai granate launcher sih anjing?
Udah gue jadi satu lagi sih.
Curang. Kan emang tadi pas mulanya udah satu.
Oh iya.
Di awaseno buono.
Si Ajar masih merah itu.
Masih merah?
Oh, iya. Itu BG ada ini ya.
Goblok ya.
Ini cok. Ini BG.
Terus satu lagi.
Ini nggak ada ini nih.
Di awaseno. Sama maju.
Itu gua taruhin.
Yuk kena sendiri ya.
Kena sendiri ya.
Ampun.
Woi, stop nembakin gue. Anjing tembak support kurang 10 bangsat.
Lu tiba-tiba depan muka gua.
Anjing kayak gini enggak langsung mati, Cuk.
5. Cari sekali ngehit 5 coba.
Erhan, emang Erhan saling ngehit 5.
Support 10 anjing.
Kan iyalah orang gua pakai AK.
Masuk jar anjing.
Cepet. Veteran anjing. Veteran anjing. Ajar. Tambah lari.
Alamak.
Tambah lari sama zombie.
Gue lempar pipe bomnya nih.
Tolong gue
Santai.
Ajar jangan disamperin pipe bomnya.
Gimana gue di hijau-hijau coy. Gak ada kelihatan mana.
Wah, anjing lucu banget.
Depan
udah syarat lagi aja.
Depan gue witch.
Aduh, lagi nih.
Kabur jar bangsat.
Anjing
belum nih. Bangsat.
Ya. Nice.
Boleh ditarik.
Jangan ditembak ya. Ya Allah, Robi. Anak
Mama.
Gue liatin Supa dulu kali ya.
Syarat gua bangsat. Taibat hunter.
Ayo tembak witch enggak mau nih.
Enggak usah.
Jangan gua. Rame banget sini witch-nya. Aduh,
anjing di sini.
Enggak di sini juga sakit.
Enggak, habis lu kepin udah beres.
Lu ketembak witch-nya. Harus dia jangan di sini.
Biasanya ada rasanya tuh.
Dia jangan di sini.
Ngapain sih minta banget anjing.
Udah, langsung aja.
Kacangin.
Gua gregetan pengen nembak anjing.
Tinggal diklik kiri doang.
Hah? Ini kagak.
Enggak.
Kan biasanya habis dipin disabet-sabetin enggak ada rasanya tuh. Ya Allah, habis makut. Disikat charger. Anjing tinggal satu ya, Bos.
Jadi gue tembak.
Ini anjing. Bangsat.
Biarin Erhan mati. Ntar gue bisa hidupin kocak. Tapi gue tinggal dulu ya.
Ada medkit nih. Ada medkit.
Diri duluan. Dansa duluan.
Diri lagi.
Dansa duluan. Ya pincang angkat tangan ya.
Kagak itu kalau pincang.
Itu kasih Erhan darah kocak.
Mana sini abang kocak.
Ba.
Kok
Diem,
mending Jordi anjing. Jordi kan megang itu. Megang.
Benar.
Mana sih? Diem apa diem?
Ini.
Jordi.
Kok healing yourself? Gimana sih?
Ya.
Kayak ajar ini.
Ajar dulu. Ya. Aduh.
Offset. Gua nih bawain. Lo dia naik bego.
Bego orang goblok.
Wah, mampus.
Oh ya anjing ya.
Mampus.
Gini dulu.
Dibekin dulu.
Goblok.
Aduh, anjing tolong.
Reload. Oh ini di sini ada medkit cuy, medkit. Ya Allah bom semua.
Gigimu medkit. Kirain. Ngapain sih ini emang?
Bangsat.
Aduh anjing gitu ada.
Goblok.
Woi,
dibakar juga.
Woi, stop bunuh gua woi.
Siapa yang bakar? Anjing.
Mati.
Ya.
Biar mati, ntar gue hidupin deh.
Anjing, nanti aja kok.
Sekarang lama lu.
Gue bakar lagi ya.
Matiin dorong. Matiin dorong. Matiin dulu. Biar bantu kami ya.
Gue garuk nih palanya, gue garuk anjing.
Mata-mata zombie anjing.
Cepet.
Salah.
Anjing. Mending nanti kok.
Emang bisa berkali-kali kan sekali doang aja.
Hah?
Antar cuk. Empus.
Ini lewat mana coy?
Lagi ya? Sini.
Sini. Ikuti abah dulu.
Joki.
Yang bener nggak yakin gua sama abah.
Mana wis yang ada?
Lagi wis terus.
Iya, depan gua goblok.
Cepat kita cari medkit.
Sini ada medkit.
Di
sini ada medkit. Sempet aja malam maling.
Emang anak kontol.
Udah berusaha naik.
Siap. Cari apa tank.
Jangan tembak woi.
Woi, stop nembakin gue. Apa?
Charger ngapain ya? Lah, baju.
Go. Buset, udah tembak masih lari ya.
Apaan?
Lo. Cepat di sini sepertinya ada, coy. Lah, azab. Bagus. Ya nggak ada ini.
Gua nggak mau turun ya.
Iya,
lu disabet dari belakang.
Anjing dilempar gini, Cuk. Kalau dia mati kita, Cuk.
Tolong. Tunggu rame banget, Cuk, dari belakang.
Azab. Ada pembunuhan.
Ya Allah. Ya Allah, pedes ya Allah. Ya Allah, pedes ya Allah.
Ada lagi pasti nanti di depan.
Medkit yang punya, coy.
Ya lo kok cak.
Depan gua.
Mana butuh medkitnya nih?
Itu wis depan muka lu.
Depan.
Abah pelit kocak.
Santai masih hijau gua.
Ada yang santai kah?
Ada, aduh anjing.
Ada kupro ya.
Ini zombie kuli, ngeselin banget.
Dua meninggal.
Dibunuh zombie kuli.
Minta upah. Aduh bangsa. Cuk, buru Cuk, langsung aja Cuk.
Sih. Gue pincang woi, tungguin gue.
Di depan saya pun Cuk.
Aman.
Ada yang punya bom, lempar aja lah.
Ada ramai.
Ada charger.
Aduh bangsat Cuk, joki Cuk.
Cuk.
Aduh.
Ya Allah.
Ya gua kali mati gua. Ora itu. Gak ada joki. Ya lo tank anjing. Lari. Gua. Lari.
Mukamu. Lari Cuk.
Kamu dulu Cuk.
Di depan ini safe room Cuk. Nggak tahu gue juga. Yang penting menjaga moral.
Ada medkit.
Woi, bener lu, parah lu tinggalin lu.
Medkit dulu baru menang.
Medkit dulu baru kau.
Naik.
Aduh, ada
anjing itu.
Tangan masih hidup geblek itu di atas.
Tangan masih ada anjing lain.
Ya Allah.
Aduh, emang penyebabnya kita.
Ada boomer lagi ya.
Ya Allah kalah anjing.
Masih ada abah.
Kena azab anjing.
Azab bangunin, azab gue gak dibangunin banget.
Ya Allah.
Azab maju sendiri.
7 apa Yusuf ngentot benar.
Anjing ulang lagi Mousepad.
Susah
banget.
Anjing lah.
Beban banget anjir supa.
Apa?
Gak kena kocok.
Yang penting normalnya udah cuy. AdSense biadab banget.
Gede nih.
Sabar dah. Serah lu mau ganti nggak?
Kan ngulang lagi kocok.
Ya ganti di stage ini.
Oh ini bisa nih change
Doto lah.
Oh bisa langsung.
Ayo.
Azar belum update kocak.
Udah pada update belum?
Udah gue udah update.
Udah. Kan bisa yes.
Jordi terlalu beban di sini.
Lu beban kocak.
Ya gue udah paling jauh aja.
Nah, jangan kasih abang mundur, jangan kasih abang mundur.
Lu anjing, tembakin gua.
Udah update
gue protek itu.
Woi, stop tembakin gua, woi.
Woi, stop woi, anjing.
Tolong.
Mata-mata meninggal zombie. Woi,
ya Allah, gua nggak ditolongin ya Allah.
Gue mau ribut sama Supan lu.
Ya lu kalah lu Thor. Lu kalah lu Thor.
Masih sembuh.
Aduh.
Emang pacar gua ini anjing. Anjing dikenain DPS tai.
Kan berasa DPS-nya. Enggak.
Awas.
Awas, jangan bom gua, woi. Enggak kena kocak.
Kena lo kocak.
Kesini bomnya Thor.
Siksa kubur. Aduh. Siksa kubur.
Dia mati, Cok. Goblok, depan gua persis.
Siksa kubur anjing.
Aduh, kena 1 damage aja.
Hah? Kucing apa? Anjir joki.
Lu baca.
Dota lah.
Hah?
Ya.
Ayo Dota.
Tahu. Ributin dulu deh.
Bentar gue hidupin dulu.
Oh iya, hidupin Aran dulu.
Hidupin terus tembak lagi coy.
Woi, stop siksa gue.
Kasih zombie masuk. Sini woi zombie.
Gue pincang gak bisa lari gue bang.
Woi zombie sini woi.
Gimana sih? Taruh.
Depan gue Aaron sekarat. Gue megang medkit tapi gue pakai sendiri. Nggak mau ngasih.
Hanan. Joget duluan.
Jelek banget udah gendut joget-joget lagi.
Gue temen Ervan anjir, kenapa lu gue temen Ervan?
Iya gue udah exit.
Aduh baksa. Zombie woi, sini woi.
Habis ya?
Woi langsung bunuh gua aja woi.
Jangan dulu.
Mana sini?
Gue nyari zombie dulu ya. Woi zombie sini. Gue nyari witch.
Keburu mati kocok.
Ayo main Dota ya.
Enggak. Aduh, si Ajar belum update. Ada tank ya. Gua bawa tank.
Anjing gila.
Aduh, gua bawa tank tunggu.
Gue udah quit.
Mati
bawa tank. Aku bawa tank.
Kamu masih mau hidup, Bang?
Lah tanknya dari mana ya? Tuh udah anjing tuh dia.
Aku buka pintu dulu, ada tank masuk. Nah,
Anjing ada tank. Dilawan lagi sama si Elis.
tak bisa gua. Aduh anjing. Saatnya aku tutup lagi.
Ya Allah, aku terpojok. Oh bisa enggak? Aku terpojok.
Udah anjing.
Bantu tank gua. Gak ke gua. Ya Allah.
Gak ke gua.
jelek gua.
Aku banget.
Aduh terpojok. Aduh terpojok. Aduh terpojok.
Wah, anjing.
Ditampol.
Anjing
Udah data.
Aduh,
Masa ditampol anjing.
Gak jelas banget.
update.
Lah.
Aduh.
Gila.
Gila bang.
Kenapa YouTube gue isinya Catch Me If You Can?
Catch Me If You Can, Steven Spielberg.
Iya, film.
Bagus ya.
Dari pagi.
Gue udah nonton berapa kali? 4 kali.
Gue juga anjir kemarin minggu kemarin tuh.
Sabar kocak udah login nggak usah di-invite.
Itu. Iya.
Tukang bohong.
Abah useless sudah useless digebukin tank.
Udah mati dihidupin mati lagi aja.
Udah teman sendiri lu juga nih. Tembak.
Apa? Orang DC maksudnya. Oh, setel lagu Catch Me If You Can.
Gak usah bang. Gak usah bang. Copyright bang, aku lagi live.
Emang gak lu mute?
Apaan kocok?
Discord. Itunya kan si Hydra disuruh mute kan.
Lu mau gue mute,
Udah lah.
Di Baskardi.
Makanya di Batam.
Enggak kan?
Tante dia mana tuh?
Sebelah. Lu masih di situ?
Kan di Genshin ada simbol twice.
Hah? Anjir. Gacha idol.
Teleponnya
BO tante. Lu melihara kucing kan sekarang kan?
Gue sekarang.
Hah? Emang gak ribut sama Bro?
Harus gua
Gak ribut sama Bro sama Ciro anjing.
Ya cari kayak merilang gitu loh.
Bocah Yosobi.
Kan dari tadi kan dia memang ngelang ya, tau?
Jadi kelas antara lagu Wiba dan lagu klasik dan lagu.
Kita main apa ya? Aduh, udah lama nih nggak main nih. Masih saya lah. Hydra tuh si Agung bukan ya? Hydra apa? Siapa kocok?
Ini kayak Discord gitu. Kayak di Discord. Kayak apa tuh?
Kayak Rhythm.
Iya itu. Error kemarin Rhythmnya. Apakah saya low prio? Tidak.
Ayo kocak mana nih Abah. Oh, tinggal.
Mana woi? ACC gue.
Itu kocak.
Jam apa ya? Itu ini
senterin. Itu di luar. Mamanya.
Mamamu. Girlfriend Korea ternama.
Ayo guys nggak
Ya lu lama kocak dari tadi. Gak. Justru main Valorant anjir.
Dia lagi turnamen anjir justru tadi. Dia tonton.
Kevin Aha nih suruh ajak Dota.
Tadi jago Dota.
Jago.
Bener lu. Lu jago kibul katanya.
Kibul apa?
Lu jago meninggal tadi lu. Levelnya.
Azab.
Abah anjir ngajak ngadu sama AK-47. Dia kalah
anjing.
Nembaknya pala kocak, gue nembak pala menang.
Oh.
Dan info kan apa?
Ben apa nih? Event.
Ben puji. Enggak usah ben Zeus.
Dan breaker nih harusnya.
Dia mau carry.
Akankah saya pengen lagi?
Ah? Nggak tahu. Bahkan di luar masih rame.
Gue pengen 3 tuh.
Dem tolong Dem.
Akankah pengen 3 saya berhasil?
Apa?
Oh pengen 3. Yang di apa sih yang di itu gua nggak tahu lagi.
10 seconds. 5 seconds.
Loh.
NPW 4 cok.
Manajer. Ini scan aja.
Iya lupa. Apa sih
ini GG nya. Tinggal sekarang nggak usah beli sepatu.
Ini aja deh.
Oh. Mati kah?
Kangen ada abah.
Yo udah carry. 5. Gila.
Atau enggak gua aja 5-an, lu 4. Tuh, serah deh.
Apa? Lu pakai apaan sih? Ya udah gua.
Gila Panglima. Ada fungsinya kok.
Nggak ada bang.
Menurut jadi-jadian.
Yo.
Ya.
Lagu favorit orang Korea anjir.
Wiba macam apa lagi?
Ngelek kata dia sebotnya ngelek deh.
Gua nggak ada.
Gua ngelek.
Mau kudu dipindah servernya ya.
Gua nggak ngelek ya anjir.
remake. Ya, save to live, cok. Emang nggak boleh dipakai. Fight spirit lu.
Oh.
Ayo gue segame nih, sebelum mau tidur.
Mana boleh lah, lu udah belum nyer? Jordi udah belum kocok?
Belum tahu Jordi.
Di gue masih all pick kayaknya.
Nggak tahu bang.
Ini kan match, pending match.
Tuh kan masih all pick.
Siapa all pick?
Ayo gua.
Say you crazy teh.
server sih kocok.
Biar nggak nge-lag kayaknya.
Bang, nggak usah di speakerin bang, aku nanti copyright. Ya Allah.
Pura-pura abah.
Alirannya.
Ya Allah, pengen gue di ban.
Bagus.
Saatnya Night Stalker kah?
Saipul kah?
Kairul nih.
Saatnya kita carry kah?
Di
support again.
Aneh support apa?
Di nerf Night Stalker gue.
Hah?
Lu 4
Iya.
Udah pick buru kocak.
Udah anjing. Anjir white moon.
Emang itu.
Tapi Pango jadi mahal banget. Item.
Pakai apa ya? Bingung nih.
Carry bang, ada yang carry. Luna bang.
Carry
Gue
ku dia
tempelin wis dokter ya. Gue lihat ya wis dokter.
PA.
Oke. Mungkin di nerf parah padahal si
Apa nih kau? Udah disable lah kau.
gimana kayak evolusinya di Inggris.
Hai.
Abang kuntur.
Oh itu anjing.
Iya anjir
Oh,
lirik
itu bang lagunya bang, gitu bang lagunya bang. Muka yang center jelek banget anjing.
Aduh bisa lawan mata.
Aduh dia bisa gitu coy.
Pamer.
Dan next level ya.
Ini respect
Ya,
yang meninggal ya.
Nah, Eul.
Buang mana ya? Usah ngamen lagi nih buang.
Ya apaan anjing.